Tower of God Book 3. Arc 6, Rest. Chapter Point 26, Chapter Point 27, 2F, Rest. The crown game is over and everyone is surprised at what happened. Orion is injured, while Rachel is concerned about Bomb. In the end, Androssi's team didn't want the crown, so there was no winner. Before the next test, though, there is a rest period of 3 days. Later, in the director's office, Luroro and director Yuhan Sung are having a conversation. Yuhan Sung remarks that Luroro seems quite tall. Luroro replies that he only seems smaller because he usually stands next to Evankel, who is very tall. Yuhan Sung asks Luroro if he wants some coffee. Luroro sees all the coffee equipment and gladly accepts his offer, asking if he can make a cafe latte. Yuhan Sung brings out 2 instant powder packages. While they're drinking coffee, Yuhan Sung asks Luroro why he came. Luroro says that there was a problem with the last test and that the crown game had no winner. Yuhan Sung asks why that is a problem. Luroro says that he heard from Quant that Yuhan Sung had proposed the crown game to quickly send the problematic 3 to the next floor. He also adds that one of the 3 seemed to be familiar with a regular from their district, and according to the rules, people who knew each other before shouldn't take tests together. Luroro asks Yuhan Sung what his true reason for including the 3 was. Yuhan Sung asks Luroro if he knew the reason why they gather all the regulars on the 2nd floor to test them. Luroro answers by saying that it's to test which regulars are worthy of climbing the tower. Yuhan Sung explains that this is what people are led to believe, but it's just a front. The real reason is that there are powerful regulars who are far too dangerous to let climb the tower. Therefore, the real purpose of the tests is to weed out the ones who will bring harm to the tower. After the explanation, Luroro says he still seems to be confused. Yuhan Sung asks him who he thought was the most dangerous regular and then asks him if that person wasn't stopped because of a person he sent. Luroro thanks him for the coffee and is about to leave, but before he does he asks the director if he ever heard about someone manipulating Shinsu without any restriction. Yuhan Sung says that he's only heard of the irregular Urek Mizuno doing so. After Luroro leaves, Yuhan Sung says that he isn't as easy to manipulate as Quant. Luroro thinks about what Bomb did during the crown game, when he attacked Orion with Shinsu, but without a contract. Luroro thinks to himself that it wasn't so much that Bomb manipulated Shinsu as it was the Shinsu attacked Orion with a will of its own. Even though it wasn't a powerful attack, Luroro wonders how it was done because it's against the laws of the tower. Elsewhere, Kun sits near an unconscious Bomb. Kun is worried that Bomb won't recover in time for the next test. While he is thinking about this, Rachel walks into the room and introduces herself. Anik is having trouble using Black March, so she asks Lisu, Shibisu, to try to talk to it. However, Black March apparently doesn't like Lisu, and she electrocutes him several times. Serena comes in and invites Lisu to drink with her, though they get in a squabble, as usual. Androssi approaches Anik and informs her that Black March belongs to Yuri Zahard. She also calls Anik a fake, inviting an attack from Anik, though Androssi easily blocks it. After arguing for a bit, they talk about Androssi's team. She explains that when she met Rachel she got an impression that she shouldn't fight her, not because Rachel was strong, but because it felt like she had lived in a different world. Meanwhile, Kun and Rachel are talking at Bomb's bedside. They talk for a while about Rachel's history with Bomb, and Rachel asks Kun not to tell Bomb about her. Rachel also mentions the legend of the top of the tower, where one can see real stars and the sky. Rak shows up and is humorously worried about Bomb. Afterward, the next round of tests starts, with Bomb waking up 2 days later.